Hey guys, so kind of come to a crossroads in the channel slash my time. This is now kind of into our busy time. So kind of getting to the point where I want to be working on the truck. I know I got, stuff to deal with the business. So I only have, there's only so much time, and then, I have to put time in at home and, spend time with, there's all kinds of stuff to do, spend time with the family and all that type of stuff. So I kind of got to the point now where I just wanted to let you guys know, messaging, on Facebook, on Instagram, the messages on YouTube. I do appreciate the messages and I try to help everybody I can, but it's to the point now where I'm getting between like 50 and 150 messages a day asking for my opinion, asking for my help. And I don't mind helping. It's just there's no physical way that I can message that many of you guys back and give any sort of information. I can say a yes or no, but really that doesn't give you any help when it comes down to it. But part of the issue is that I do rely on Facebook and Instagram to bring in revenue for the shop. So there's a lot of messages that I'm missing of that because I don't get to see those messages because I'm getting so many other messages. So I've set up, and I've had a couple guys ask about this before, whether I have one or not. I've set up a Patreon account, and I have the link below. So for you guys that do want to message me and ask questions and stuff like that, as much as I didn't want to do this, I'm kind of to the point now where if I don't have time to be able to message everybody back anymore. And I honestly thought I would have to have a lot more subscribers, of you guys, or I should say a lot more of you guys to get to this point, but it's to the point now where I can't keep up. So I've started the Patreon, and the reason I've done that, one, I'm going to put a bunch of information on there that I can't really do on YouTube because there's no way for me to do it. But I'm going to put spec information and all that type of stuff on there. But basically what I want to do on there, just so you guys understand the reason I did it, is if you guys are, let's say on there, I think the how I have it set, I think it's $10 a month. No, sorry, $5 a month, $10 a month, and then $25 a month. And the reason I have it set and the prices like that is so that if you ask me a question, I can go a little bit more in depth in it than just saying, yeah, check this, because it's literally the time right now that I have. So I can actually dedicate, like an hour or 2 hours a day to be able to sit down and just do that, for you guys. And then I'm gonna do live chats on there as well. So if you guys want to ask questions, I can answer it, because sometimes it's easier to answer it on a live chat versus answering it by message, because it takes me twice as long to do it by message as it does for me to tell you. Or I can even physically, with a live chat, I can physically show you on an engine what I'm talking about or how to do it if you're having problems. The issue is that I'm running into a time crunch. So I start work early in the morning, and I usually work until at least 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I do YouTube for an hour or 2 or 3, and then on the weekends, and then I go home and I edit it. So there isn't a lot of time in the middle of that to be able to message you guys back. So what I'm trying to do is basically, if you guys are interested anyway, if you message me, I'll try to get back to everybody, but I'm getting so many messages I can't guarantee that I'll get back. So for you guys that I haven't answered your questions, it's not that I don't want to answer your questions, it's just that I have so many I can't keep up with them all. I literally today I got like 65 messages. So it's just like requests and stuff. I'm not even opening the requests because I'm, I sometimes I'll grab like 2 or 3 from the top of the pile. That's basically all I can answer. But if I could sit down and be able to dedicate, an hour or maybe 2 hours a day to doing that, I have no problem doing that. The problem is that I have to take that out of the business time. And when it comes out of the business time, well, then it comes out of the revenue of the business. which, I have to, I have equipment payments. I have, I got to pay bills. I got to pay rent. I got to pay all that stuff, just like everybody else, right? I'm not no different than anybody else. So I want you guys to understand the reason that I've set Patreon up. But I'm going to do live chats on there. You'll be able to message me directly on there. And then same with, I'm going to be doing posts and that type of stuff. When I have the website going, the top tiers will get a percentage off of any merchandise or any of my products on there. I'm not sure if it's going to be 5 or 10% because I'm not sure what kind of money, like I'm not sure what t-shirts and all that stuff are going to cost. I'm having problems with that. But it's just, I wanted you guys to understand why I'm saying it and why, I'm setting stuff up the way that I am. It's just that I physically don't have enough time to be able to. I don't mind helping guys, but it's one of those things like I have to pay for all my stuff just the same as you guys pay for yours, right? I want to build a truck and, the money comes from me, comes out of my pocket. Well, I get paid, like the company pays me hourly build time basically. So, if I build a job that's a 4-hour job and that's all I do all day, I get 4 hours. That's it. That's what I get paid. So, but at the same time, the company only gets 4 hours too, and that's not enough to sustain the company. I need to be billing at least $800 to $1,000 a day just to keep the business afloat, and then at that point, then I can actually make my own wage. Owning the business, it's nice to, at least take a decent wage home or a wage in general, because there is lots of times where I don't. But that's just part of owning the business. Any of you guys that own your own business understand that. But I just wanted to, like I said, I wanted you to understand why I set the Patreon up. So if you guys message me on Instagram, on Facebook, on that stuff, if I don't get back to you, it's just because I don't have the time to be able to, because I'm getting so many messages. So if you want me to answer, you want to know, tricks and tips type of, like I shouldn't say that because I'm going to do those, but like specs on different stuff. If you guys message, I do have my Facebook group. You can go on there, and I'm hoping to get more people that go into that so that we can, if you guys ask certain questions, if I can't answer it, somebody on there is able to answer it for you. That's the reason that I wanted to have that. And then, if something that you can't or whatever, if you guys are on the Patreon page, you can message me directly and I will get back to you. Hopefully, as long as it's not too many people, I'll be able to get back to you within a day, or, within a day or two at very most. And then the live chats and a little bit extra information, because it takes time, for me to compile, it's spec stuff. I can't copy and paste that stuff. So for the most part, a little bit I can copy and paste, but I physically have to go in there and type it all. And, it's one of those things there, again, it takes time to be able to do that. And like everybody says, time is money. So it's, one of those things. I'm not trying to be greedy on it. I want you guys to understand why. So that is why, for you guys that are interested in signing up, like I said, there is tiers. If you go there, you can see the tiers. There's not a lot of information there yet, but I will start posting. I'm going to start posting stuff in there, on a weekly or twice weekly basis. Some of the videos on some of the builds, like I'm going to do a couple builds that will feature on there for a week before they come to YouTube, for the guys that are on there. And then, I'll probably do some builds for the guys that are on Patreon. I will do some builds that are just for Patreon. So guys that, want me to do certain things or whatever that are on there, I'll do that, and I'll maybe leave that on there for 6 months before I bring that over to YouTube. But just so you guys know, that's what I got going on. So for you guys that haven't got messages back from me, it's not like I'm ignoring you. It's just that I get so many I can't keep track. So, it's one of those things, like there's so many messages. It's just crazy. So, and I do appreciate the support. The channel's still growing. I'd like to grow the channel, like I've talked before. I'd like to have, I'd like to get into, it'd be awesome to have 1 million subscribers. But you can only get, you gotta, get to the benchmarks. But I want to be able to help you guys. But at the same time, I have to make sure that get my, the balance of things, because The last few videos, I wasn't happy with the videos. There was actually a couple of them that I took down. One YouTube took down, but I wasn't happy with it. I'm not happy with the videos. So I think I'm not gonna cut back on the videos per se. Right now, their videos are gonna slow down. I'll probably only be doing 1 or 2 a week until we kind of get out of the busy time, because I just physically don't have the time to do it. And then as you guys subscribe to the Patreon, that'll take up a little bit of time, but I'm going to actually physically take some of that time, will come out of my day, whether it be every morning or every afternoon, where I'm going to sit down for an hour or two, answer questions, do some posts and stuff on there. But anyways, like, subscribe, hit me down in the comments, and don't forget to check out the Patreon. I appreciate anybody that signs up, and even if you guys don't sign up, I understand if you don't have the extra $5 a month, or or $10 a month, or $25 a month. I understand times are tough for people, but just please be, it's one of those things. Times are tough for us as well. I'm trying to put out lots of free content, but it gets to a certain point where I can't justify to spend the time, because there's only so many hours in the day. I'm busy in the shop. I try to, and I'm dealing with all the shop stuff and shop people, as well as doing work. Yeah, so just one of those things. Anyways, catch you guys on the next one.